Welcome back to BNB Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive deep into the turbulent drama unfolding on The Bold and the Beautiful for Wednesday, June 4th, where Finn faces an unsettling homecoming, Luna Nozawa spirals into dangerous territory, and the tension between her and Steffy Forrester reaches a boiling point. Prepare for a roller coaster of emotions as we explore the intricate layers of this gripping storyline, packed with confrontations, heartbreak, and sinister intentions. Let's unpack each moment of this explosive episode with fresh details and an in-depth look at the characters' motivations and the potential fallout that could shake the very foundation of their lives in Los Angeles. A storm brews at the Cliff House. At the iconic Cliff House overlooking the Pacific, a storm of a different kind is brewing as Luna Nozawa defies all warnings to stay away from Steffy Forrester and her family. Disregarding Sheila's sharp, stern advice to leave town and abandon her obsession with Finn, Luna instead storms into the couple's sanctuary with a fire in her eyes. With Steffy alone and preparing to head to Forrester Creations for a critical board meeting, Luna blocks her exit, her voice dripping with desperation and defiance. She refuses to let Steffy slip away, insisting that they settle their differences once and for all. The air crackles with animosity as Luna unleashes her pent-up frustrations, accusing Steffy of deliberately sabotaging any chance she might have had to win Finn's heart. This isn't just a confrontation, it's a raw, emotional showdown that reveals Luna's deep-seated pain and misplaced blame, setting the stage for a clash that no one saw coming. Finn's shocking return and unwavering loyalty. Just as the tension reaches a fever pitch, Finn returns home after a grueling shift at the hospital, his exhaustion quickly replaced by sheer horror as he witnesses the heated exchange between his wife and Luna. The sight of Luna standing defiantly in his living room, berating Steffy with venomous words, sends a chill down his spine. Without hesitation, Finn steps in, his protective instincts kicking into high gear. He firmly sides with Steffy, his tone leaving no room for argument as he orders Luna to leave their home immediately. Despite Luna's tearful protests and attempts to justify her actions, Finn remains resolute, his loyalty to Steffy unshakable. Once Luna is gone, Finn turns to his shaken wife, wrapping her in a comforting embrace and promising that he'll always stand by her side. He vows to shield her and their children from any harm, his words a solemn oath in the face of growing uncertainty. Yet, beneath his calm exterior, Finn can't shake the gnawing fear that this is far from the end of Luna's interference in their lives, wondering what other schemes she might be plotting in the shadows. Steffy's turmoil and Finn's protective vow. Steffy, usually a pillar of strength, finds herself rattled to the core after Luna's brazen intrusion into her personal space. The encounter leaves her questioning her safety and the stability of her family's life, especially with Luna's unpredictable behavior escalating by the day. As she processes the ordeal, Finn doubles down on his commitment to protect her, emphasizing that nothing, not even Luna's misguided vendetta, will come between him and his family. Their conversation takes a tender turn as Finn recalls the challenges they've overcome together, reinforcing his determination to keep their bond unbreakable. However, even as they find solace in each other's arms, a dark cloud looms over them. Finn can't help but speculate about Luna's next move, his medical mind analyzing her erratic actions with growing concern. Could she be grappling with deeper emotional or psychological struggles that are driving her to such extremes? This lingering unease adds a layer of suspense to their otherwise united front. Luna's dangerous descent into vengeance. Meanwhile, Luna's anger festers like an open wound after Finn publicly chooses Steffy over her in this dramatic showdown. Humiliated and fueled by a distorted sense of betrayal, Luna becomes more convinced than ever that Steffy is the sole obstacle to her happiness. In a chilling twist, her resentment morphs into a dangerous obsession as she begins to fantasize about a world without Steffy in it, a world where she could finally claim Finn's attention. Driven by this toxic delusion, Luna takes a terrifying step forward in the upcoming episodes, secretly acquiring a gun from a shady contact in a dimly lit alley on the outskirts of Los Angeles. This act isn't just a desperate move, it's a clear signal of her unraveling mental state and her willingness to cross unthinkable lines. As she grips the cold metal, her thoughts swirl with visions of revenge, each one more perilous than the last. Luna's transformation from a heartbroken young woman into a potential threat is both heartbreaking and horrifying, leaving viewers on edge about how far she's willing to go. A wider web of chaos and intrigue. The fallout from Luna's actions won't be contained to just Steffi and Finn. The ripple effects will pull other beloved characters into this vortex of conflict. Hope Logan, sensing the rising tension, might attempt to mediate, only to find herself caught in the crossfire of Luna's wrath. Ridge Forrester, ever the protective father, could step in with his own warnings, potentially escalating the drama as he uncovers Luna's dangerous intentions. Even Sheila Sharp, who initially cautioned Luna to back off, might re-enter the fray with her own unpredictable agenda, adding another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. The once tight-knit community of the bold and the beautiful is on the brink of fracture as alliances are tested and secrets bubble to the surface. Fans can expect jaw-dropping revelations and heart-wrenching betrayals as this storyline builds toward a crescendo of shocking moments that will leave everyone questioning who can truly be trusted. What lies ahead in this explosive saga? As Luna's vengeful plot thickens, the stakes have never been higher for Steffi, Finn, and everyone caught in their orbit. The acquisition of a weapon marks a point of no return for Luna, transforming her from a misguided rival into a genuine danger. Will Finn's protective vows be enough to shield his family from the storm that's coming? Can Steffi find the strength to face this threat head-on, or will her world come crashing down under the weight of Luna's obsession? And what role will the other characters play in either diffusing or igniting this powder keg of drama? The bold and the beautiful promises to deliver answers in the most unexpected ways, with every episode packed with twists that will keep viewers glued to their screens. Stay tuned to our channel for the latest updates on this captivating chaos, as Luna's wild descent into vengeance stirs up some of the most intense drama Los Angeles has ever seen. Next, we will delve into the simmering tensions and dark undercurrents of The Bold and the Beautiful, where Luna Nozawa's desperate pleas, dangerous ideas, and tangled family dynamics threaten to upend lives. In this extended exploration of the latest episode, we uncover the raw emotions, unspoken desires, and looming threats that define the interactions between Luna, Sheila Sharp, Steffi Forrester, Finn, Liam, and Lee. With fresh details and creative reimagining, let's journey through the heart of Los Angeles's most dramatic saga, where every conversation drips with intensity and every decision could spell disaster. A dangerous plea at Sheila's haven. Tucked away in Sheila Sharp's modest apartment, a charged encounter unfolds as Luna Nozawa pours her heart out, begging Sheila not to force her to abandon her dreams. The dimly lit room feels like a confessional as Luna clings to the hope of a second chance, her voice trembling with longing. Sheila, hardened by her own tumultuous past, urges Luna not to squander the opportunity to start anew, her tone a mix of sternness and reluctant concern. But Luna's mind is fixated on one thing: a connection with her father, Finn. Yet, in her eyes, a single barrier looms large: Steffi Forrester. With a chilling edge to her words, Luna hints at a sinister solution, whispering that they could eliminate Steffi from the equation. Sheila recoils, her face etched with alarm, cautioning Luna against treading such a treacherous path. "I've been there before, but I've changed," Sheila insists, though Luna's probing gaze questions whether those dark impulses truly lie dormant. Luna rails against Steffi's dismissive attitude, painting her as the villain who deems them insignificant. She fantasizes aloud about Sheila taking drastic action, envisioning a world where, with Steffi gone, they could claim the family bond they crave. The weight of Luna's obsession hangs heavy, casting a shadow over Sheila's fragile resolve. A protective bond at the Cliff House. Meanwhile, at the serene yet tension-filled Cliff House, Steffi shares a quiet moment with Liam Spencer, who has just stirred from a nap on her plush couch. The ocean breeze wafts through the open windows as Liam expresses his gratitude for Steffi's hospitality during his stay, his eyes reflecting a deep appreciation for her unwavering support. Steffi, ever the rock, reassures him that he's family and will never face life's storms alone, her smile warm but tinged with exhaustion. Shifting gears, Liam turns the focus to her well-being, his brow furrowing with concern. "How do we make sure you're okay, Steffi?" he asks, noting the sleepless nights she must endure with Luna's shadow lurking. He voices his unease about Luna's proximity to Steffi and her daughter Kelly, determined to keep her at bay. Steffi nods, confirming that Finn shares this resolve. Luna will never be welcomed into their inner circle. Liam, drawing parallels to Sheila's past manipulations, warns of Luna's potential to deceive, urging vigilance. Together, they lament past decisions by others that endangered Steffi and Kelly, a bitter reminder of vulnerabilities exploited. Steffi admits to a constant unease, her gaze darting toward the door as if expecting Luna to burst through at any moment, a haunting fear that refuses to relent. Finn's inner conflict in the hospital office. Across town, in the sterile confines of his hospital office, Finn wrestles with turbulent thoughts, his mind replaying Luna's desperate plea to be part of his life. The weight of her words presses down on him as he stares at a family photo on his desk, a reminder of his priorities. His mother, Lee, strides in unannounced, her sharp eyes catching the turmoil etched on his face. "What's troubling you?" she demands, cutting through his attempt to deflect. When she guesses it's about Luna, Finn's silence speaks volumes. Lee sternly hopes he isn't considering opening the door to Luna, her voice laced with disapproval. Finn, torn, confesses a lingering guilt. If he'd known Luna was his daughter sooner, could he have steered her away from the dark path of taking two lives? Lee scoffs at this self-blame, calling it absurd to shoulder responsibility for Luna's choices. She urges him to let go of what-ifs and accept Luna for who she is, a danger unfit for his life. Finn reaffirms his ironclad devotion to Steffi and their children, pledging to shield them from any threat, Luna included. Yet, Lee's piercing stare narrows, sensing something unspoken. "She's reached out to you, hasn't she?" She probes, her intuition unerring as Finn's unease deepens, hinting at undisclosed communications that could complicate everything. A shared yearning and bitter resentment. Back at Sheila's place, a brief departure from the room leaves Luna alone, her fingers trembling as she dials Finn's number to leave a voicemail brimming with raw emotion. "I miss you," she whispers into the phone, her voice a fragile thread of hope. When Sheila returns, their conversation veers to a poignant memory. Sheila's unexpected appearance at Finn's wedding, where Luna saw flickers of longing in Finn's eyes to give Sheila a chance. She recalls a fleeting moment of joy during a Christmas celebration at the Cliff House, when Steffi reluctantly allowed Sheila to cradle little Hayes. For Luna, witnessing that filled a cavernous void in her heart, a rare glimpse of belonging. But the warmth was short-lived, snuffed out by Steffi's swift rejection, slamming the door on their dreams once more. Sheila shares her own pain, recounting years of striving to prove her worthiness for Finn's love, only to be rebuffed. Luna, eyes glistening with unshed tears, insists Sheila is deserving, and Finn would see it too if Steffi weren't in the picture. Her words take a darker turn as she muses on a life without Steffi, painting a vivid dream of a family united, a dream that hinges on removing the one person standing in their way, amplifying the ominous undertone of their shared frustration. The looming threat and unseen consequences. As these parallel narratives unfold, the stakes climb higher with each whispered scheme and protective vow. Luna's fixation on Steffi as the sole impediment to her happiness teeters on the edge of obsession, while Sheila's wavering restraint hints at a potential relapse into old, destructive patterns. At the Cliff House, Steffi and Liam's united front against Luna underscores the very real danger she poses, not just to their peace but to their safety. Finn's internal struggle, caught between guilt and duty, adds a layer of vulnerability to his otherwise steadfast resolve, especially as Lee's suspicions suggest Luna's influence might already be creeping back into his life. The memory of past betrayals and fleeting connections fuels Luna's determination, blurring the line between longing and malice. How far will Luna go to rewrite her story? Will Sheila resist the pull of her darker instincts, or join Luna in a perilous plot? And can Finn, Steffi, and their allies fortify their defenses against a threat that grows more personal by the day? The bold and the beautiful promises a cascade of revelations and heart-stopping moments as these questions linger. Next, we will immerse ourselves in the whirlwind of emotions and escalating dangers on The Bold and the Beautiful, where Luna Nozawa's relentless pursuit of a connection with Finn collides with the fierce protective instincts of those around him. In this expanded exploration, we delve into the heartfelt exchanges, sinister suggestions, and unexpected confrontations that define this gripping episode. With creative rephrasings, added layers of detail, and new elements woven into the narrative, let's uncover the intricate drama unfolding in Los Angeles as relationships are tested and threats loom larger than ever. A tense revelation in Finn's office. Inside the quiet confines of Finn's hospital office, the air grows heavy as Lee uncovers a troubling truth. Luna has reached out to Finn with a message that stirs unease. The fluorescent lights cast sharp shadows across Lee's stern face as she demands Finn take immediate action. "Change your number, now," she insists, her voice a mix of frustration and maternal protectiveness. Finn, though visibly conflicted, nods in agreement, recognizing the necessity of severing this persistent tie. He acknowledges that Luna must come to terms with a harsh reality: she has no place in his world, no foothold in the life he's built with Steffi and their children. The weight of this decision hangs over him like a storm cloud, as he wrestles with fleeting guilt over a daughter he never knew, now a source of constant turmoil. Lee's unwavering gaze reinforces the urgency, reminding him that boundaries must be drawn to safeguard his family from Luna's unpredictable influence, a reminder of past chaos that still lingers in their lives. Heartfelt promises at the Cliff House. Meanwhile, at the Cliff House with its panoramic ocean views, a tender yet tearful moment unfolds between Steffi and Liam. As they sit on the plush sofa, Steffi's eyes glisten with emotion as she poses a poignant question to Liam. Does he have a bucket list, dreams yet to fulfill? Liam, his voice soft but resolute, replies that he's living his deepest wish every day, simply by being in the presence of Steffi, Hope, and their daughters. "This, right here, is where my heart belongs," he murmurs, a bittersweet smile touching his lips. Steffi, overcome with emotion, vows through her tears, "We'll never let you slip away from us, Liam." He entrusts her with a sacred task: to ensure Kelly and Beth always carry his memory in their hearts, a legacy of love that time cannot erase. Steffi reassures him that his essence is woven into their very being, an unbreakable bond. Liam's concern shifts to their safety, emphasizing the need for happiness and protection in his absence. Steffi promises the girls will thrive, but Liam's tone darkens as he warns of the real monsters in their lives. Not fairy tale creatures under the bed, but flesh and blood threats like Luna and Sheila. He implores Steffi to rely on Finn and Carter to shield his cherished girls when he can no longer stand as their protector, a plea that underscores the gravity of the lurking dangers they face daily. A sinister vision at Sheila's hideout. Over at Sheila Sharp's modest apartment, the atmosphere crackles with forbidden thoughts as Luna spins a vivid, troubling fantasy for her grandmother. With a faraway look in her eyes, she describes a utopian life alongside Finn and her grandson Hayes, a dream only possible if Steffi were no longer in the picture. The flickering lamplight casts eerie shadows on the walls as Sheila, grappling with her own reformed intentions, counters that she's dedicated to proving her worth through actions, not schemes. Luna, undeterred, reminds Sheila of her heroic act in saving Kelly's life, a deed that still failed to win Steffi's acceptance. "She'll never embrace either of us," Luna presses, her words dripping with resentment. Sheila begins to muse on Finn's potential openness, but Luna cuts in sharply, claiming Finn has no autonomy under Steffi's iron grip. She coaxes Sheila into admitting the depths she'd plunged to for a bond with Finn and Hayes, tapping into a well of shared heartbreak over their exclusion. Luna questions why Sheila must endlessly justify herself when Steffi bars their path without compromise. With a chilling edge, she proposes they remove the obstacle altogether, a suggestion that sends Sheila reeling. "What you're saying is reckless and wrong," Sheila snaps, her voice a thunderclap of disapproval. She forbids Luna from ever uttering such thoughts about Finn's wife again, warning that Luna treads on perilous ground, risking actions she'll forever regret. Their argument intensifies over Finn's true desires, with Luna accusing Steffi of clouding Sheila's judgment. Sheila, at her breaking point, roars, "He doesn't want you in his life." She insists Luna must accept Finn and Steffi's united stance, delivering a final, firm directive: "You need to leave, now." The clash leaves an unspoken dread hanging in the air, a precursor to potential disaster. Mounting concerns and dire warnings. Back in Finn's office, Lee's tone grows graver as she dissects Luna's delusional mindset. She finds it unfathomable that Luna could envision a father-daughter connection after the harm she's inflicted on Finn's family, particularly Steffi. "She's completely detached from reality," Lee warns, her medical precision cutting through any sentimentality. She urges Finn to exercise extreme caution, painting Luna as a volatile force capable of unforeseen destruction. Her words are a stark reminder of the scars left by past betrayals, now resurfacing with Luna's persistent advances.